The following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall-Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I hope that you're having a beautiful week and that this Tuesday is finding you taking a moment to pause and breathe in this moment, and today very richly. I'm really excited about what we're going to be talking about today, because we're talking about embracing life fully, richly, deeply, and bringing you fully forward. So I hope that you are excited about what we're going to talk about today, that you're leaning in, but let's just make extra sure that you're really ready to receive, because I can tell you, myself and my guest, we've spent some time taking a deep breath together and really preparing, because we are here to serve you. And I know that you will hear as my guest shares and as I share, we are very passionate about this subject, because your life is not a dress rehearsal. This is where you get to show up and shine and serve, and we don't want you to miss a moment of it. And I think you'll hear some of our passion in that as we share throughout our time together. And we don't want to just help you capture that passion and be excited about fully living in your life, but we're going to give you practical tools and steps to really do that, because I believe we need a mixture of practical and profound. So the mindset, how we're talking about ourselves, the decisions we're making, along with practical steps we can take to be able to fully embrace life and bring ourselves forward. And you said yes to you, because you're here on this call together today. together, so together squared. You are absolutely here, invested in yourself, and we are in turn investing in you. But you had to say yes to listen to the show, to lean in, and we want to support you in that so you can be fully present and receive what we have here to share with you, because it is not an accident that you are on the call today or listening to the replay or leaning into the show, because that means there is absolutely something for you that's being called forth. And Karl, who's my guest, and I are saying yes to serving and supporting you during this time together. But let's make sure again that you are ready to receive. So make sure that you're in a place that you can really hear, and that your ears are open to hear the messages that are being placed upon your heart, that your heart is open to receive, and your eyes are open to see. Because I find when you show up in that way, when you lean in that manner, there will be wisdom that will be spoken almost in between the lines and the information that Karl and I will be sharing. There will be information shared and whispered upon your heart when you show up in that way. So I invite you to lean in during our time together and really be open to receive. For those of you who are driving, please stay safe, stay focused, both hands on the wheels. Those of you who are able to, I invite you to take a moment to really prepare yourselves to receive and see what it is that you need today. So those of you who are able to, please close your eyes. You're absolutely safe. Take a deep breath with me. Put both feet on the floor. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head. Another deep breath. See, what is it you need today to embrace life? What is it that's being called forth that you're leaning into and need to really help you fully and powerfully embrace life in each and every moment, in the highs and the lows? What is it that you need today? And just see what it is that comes forth. Sometimes it's a picture, a word, a phrase. What is it that you need? And I invite you to come back into the room and capture that information so that you can keep it top of mind, top of heart, whatever it is that you need to help you fully embrace life. Because when we know what we need, it's a lot easier to recognize it when it's being presented to us, or it's that next piece that we need. We can recognize it because we know what we're looking for. So breathe that in and receive that information, what it is that you need, and that clarity. And with that, I wanted to open up the floor here to Karl and see if you had something placed on your heart that you need or that is on your heart to bring forward today in our conversation.
Well, the thing that really jumps out to me right now is the opportunity to be on your show. I really believe in embracing life, and it just so happens to be you're one of the top people that I know in life who literally just gets it. I mean, I've known you for a number of years, and you always seem to just cherish life, to embrace it, irregardless of what's going on. So I'm excited to work with you and to share with you, to the audience, some of the things that might be of benefit to them, to teach them how to embrace life as well.
Beautiful. Well, thank you, Karl. I appreciate that and take that in. And listeners, I want you to just kind of think about what it is that you need. And I love how you shared that, Karl, that cherishing life every moment. Because even in the highs in life and the lows in life, I think there is a powerful richness that we can bring into our life, that everything serves if we allow it.
Oh, that's so true.
So, absolutely. Want to pause there, give listeners a moment on that to really see what it is that each of you needs today, that you are calling forth or want to be reminded of, to encourage you to fully embrace life, including the highs and lows, that they can serve and bring forth so much richness in your life. And I wanted to share just a little bit about this embracing concept that was placed on my heart. And I started in a little different order today because I wanted to give you a moment to connect in that heart space and see what it is that you need when we're talking about embracing life. And then I wanted to give you a container or some thoughts to ponder as we're taking this to the deeper level, and you really know what it is that you need today to serve and support you. Or you may find, as I share, there's some additional things that come forward that would be supportive of you. One of the things I think is really, really important around embracing life is making the choice to do so, to really lean in and decide consciously every day that you're going to deeply embrace life. It's a choice, a way of being. And I think sometimes we just move so quickly in life, we're not pausing, we're in automatic and the days are passing by and we're missing out on the richness that life has to offer. And one of the reasons I'm so excited to have Karl on the show is because Karl is one of my mentors in life that I'm very, very grateful. He's someone that if you've listened to the show for a while or you've come to some of my live events, you've heard me talk about Karl. with his low voice and the football player kind of guy. And some of the things that I have learned from Karl as we've gone on our journey together, because we have known each other for quite a few years, is he showed me in the financial industry that I could actually bring my heart into the work that I do, that they weren't mutually exclusive, and that I could really serve powerfully with all of myself the people that I was called to serve in the industry, and he held that space for me. And I really appreciated that. And he actually, Karl, I don't know if you remember this, but you did that when I came in and did an interview that we didn't think was like a serious interview. We were just kind of meeting.
I remember the interview, but I don't remember all of the conversation.
Exactly. I was almost in tears because you touched, in a good way, because you touched my heart so powerfully that I could do that. And so it was a really, really amazing experience to have Karl as a mentor as I went on that journey and was becoming self-employed, had my own business, and really building the practice I was called to serve. So I appreciated him holding that space and helping me see that truth. And the second, one of the other things, it's not the only thing that you've taught me, Karl, but I had a moment in my life as I was embracing and I was stepping forward and being more vulnerable that I got a really strong negative reaction. And it was so strong that they actually went on a marketing campaign against me. And I was really, really hurt and offended. One, that they believed me about that, but two, that they were taking it to such a public forum. And I came into Karl all upset, showing him all the wrongs this person had done, and it wasn't true. And I felt like I couldn't defend myself because of confidentiality and all that kind of stuff, and was really upset. And Karl just let me express my frustration and my hurt. And then he looked at me calmly and he said, "Karl, congratulations." And I stopped a little bit stunned, saying, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You finally are speaking clearly and loudly and directly enough about what you're called to share that you actually managed to ruffle a feather." He goes, "Keep on keeping on." And what that taught me, and then he gave me the hug I wanted. I got a hug too. But he spoke truth that I needed to hear and changed the perspective and let me understand that as we are going out there and embracing life and fully being who we are, if we're being clear, not everybody's going to like us. And that's actually a good sign, because otherwise we're watering down our message and not being clear about who we are. So as we're going into our commercial break, I want you to think about that and be willing to ruffle a couple feathers as you're looking to embrace life. And we'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Your favorite Voice America Talk Radio Network shows and hosts are in your car, outdoors, and wherever you need them to be. Listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Are you struggling with changing or re-entering your career? Terry Hockett, CEO of What's for Work and transitional career strategist, works with her clients to craft their personal brand, gain clarity, and create career opportunities. Terry helps her clients discover and stand in their value and learn the tools and techniques needed to successfully navigate today's changing job market. Start today with your free membership. Step powerfully into the career of your dreams. Join Terry at whatsforwork.com.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a moment during the commercial break to really think about ruffling feathers. Because I think one of the biggest fears I hear out there as I'm talking to people and they're looking at stepping forward in a more visible way, they quickly realize that's also a more vulnerable way. And they go through this process of, how do I face fear? How do I navigate through that? And that's why I want to be upfront in having this conversation about ruffling feathers, because it was really hard for me to be willing to ruffle a feather, to have somebody not like what I was sharing or saying. And as I was able to reframe how I was looking at that and really actually see it as a good thing to ruffle feathers occasionally, because we know logically not everybody's going to like what we're sharing. Not everyone, not every group are full of our people. There are some people that are not our people. No matter how amazing we are, how wonderful we are, they don't jive with us. They don't feel a connection with us, or they may even feel the opposite, where they are repelled by us and they don't like us. And that's a hard thing to, especially if you're somebody like me, who I like people to like me. I like to have people embrace what I'm sharing, and it can be hurtful and hard to navigate through and keep sharing what I'm called to share when sometimes people don't like it. But a key to embracing life is being willing to bring all of you forward and know that sometimes a couple feathers are going to get ruffled. And that's good. If you're never ruffling a feather, I'm concerned you're not fully embracing who you are. If you're ruffling feathers constantly all the time, that's something to look at. Perhaps a slight adjustment there. But more often than not, what I find is people are so afraid of stepping on a toe. They're so afraid of ruffling a feather or being fully who they are that they hold back. And when that happens, we all miss out. So I want to invite you to go out there and to actually, when you ruffle a feather or two, take it as a good thing. Wow, good. I'm saying something loudly enough, clearly enough, something true enough with who I am and what I am that I did ruffle a couple feathers. And I want you to learn how to celebrate that moment. I think it's key to embracing life is being willing to navigate through that and embrace those moments. And Karl helped me do that in a really, really powerful way. And I want to thank you publicly again, Karl, for being that person in my life and really holding that space for me. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Rebecca. You're special.
Well, I wanted to give you a little more information behind the voice that you are hearing as Karl. So let me share a little bit about him so you have some of his official background, and then we're going to be tapping into his wisdom and his heart. And he has a real gift, my perspective, for helping bring new perspective and transformation in our lives. He is an amazing encourager. I tease him. I call it the Karl glow. Karl, is it okay if I share this? I know it wasn't on the bio.
Oh, yes, you're fine. Go ahead.
Okay. The Karl glow, or the Karl influence. I tease him about this because when I would go into his office or have a meeting or have a call with him, he's so inspirational and can really hold that hope and that vision that you have for you and with you, that you absolutely believe not only that it can happen, but that you can make it happen in the next 3 days. And I have learned that whenever I'm going to Karl and I'm making a big decision, I can make the decision, But I also let it ground a little bit after for 3 days. I need a 3-day cooling off period before I move into the full action to what you shared with me. And so I want to invite you to lean into the Karl glow I am sure you will experience today as he shares from his heart, because he speaks truth, and he's going to be holding this space and this vision for you. But just remember, it doesn't always happen in 3 days. It may take a little bit longer, but it will happen if you lean in and respond to the call in your heart. So that's the unofficial bio that I'm going to share about Karl. And let me give you more of the official. He is a best-selling author, a dynamic speaker, an entrepreneur, a life and business coach, and CEO of Choose to Embrace Life. That's Choose to Embrace Life. It's a choice. He has over 20 years experience working with businesses, professionals, individuals, and leaders. He is passionate about helping you embrace the one chance you get at life. Really make it matter. It is my privilege and honor to officially welcome the amazing Karl Bobo to the show. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate those kind words. I actually hope that my wife is listening to this call, because I've been trying to tell her for years that she married somebody special, and she just sends me out to empty out the trash.
Aw. Well, I'm sure she knows she's keeping that balance going. Oh, well, I'm glad to have you on the show.
Oh, no, I'm extremely excited to be here. Really, I'm excited to just be working with you, and I've had the privilege to just kind of be able to witness some of the great things that you have been able to do in the lives of so many people, and then my wife had the opportunity to kind of attend one of your workshop seminars, and she came away just completely blown away about the experience that she had there. So we're big Rebecca fans.
Well, thank you. I'm honored to receive that and take that in, and I'm glad to have you in my life and in my circle. So thank you. And I wanted to take a moment and really look at why this work of helping people embrace their life, this one chance they get at it, is so important to you.
Well, Rebecca, over 20 years of just coaching people from all walks of life. I mean, rich people, poor people, educated, uneducated, every ethnicity just about on the face of the earth. I kind of came to one or two conclusions, I probably would say, and that is everybody has problems. And secondly, happiness is based on a choice. Mm. For some reason, people think that there's this philosophy that people that have money, or some people have a better deal than others have. No, realistically, we all have problems. And happiness is based on a choice. I've counseled and coached those that were filthy rich, and they have so many issues going on in their life that they found no happiness. Mm-hmm. So money didn't bring happiness. I've worked with those that have doctorate degrees, and they were unhappy. So happiness, I came to the conclusion that happiness is a choice. And when we started this organization, this business, we wanted to teach people how to embrace life, to really teach them to choose to make the choice that, irregardless of what's going on around them, to make that choice to embrace life. Because, as you said, this is not a dress rehearsal. This is our one shot at it. And why don't we go ahead and get the most out of it? Drink the nectar of life.
Beautiful. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And I'm pausing for a moment because I want listeners to really absorb that. Drink the nectar of life, that it is a choice. None of us are excluded from problems or challenges. but we can really make the choice to drink fully from the nectar of life. And I like to add to that, Karl, the highs and the lows. I think sometimes we're better at embracing the highs and really drinking that in. And we sometimes want to skip through the lows and not get all that is in there for us as well, in the kind of that muck. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're so correct there. I think probably the greatest growth points in my life when I look back over them were the most challenging.
Yep.
It was the difficult moments. It was when I was kind of in the valley, so to speak, or experiencing a storm. So we've got to learn how to embrace those because they're there for a reason. And in many cases, they're there to kind of help mold us and shape us to become better people and for the next step in life.
Beautiful. Thank you. So everyone, let's breathe that wisdom in. And Karl, I have another question here. As I'm thinking about your passion for helping people with this, can I dig into what that does for you personally? Because I really see how it makes a powerful difference for others to be able to embrace life in that way. But why is this work personally so important to you? What does it do for you to be able to help people in this way?
Well, I think that we all have been placed here on this earth to make a contribution. It's not about selfish gains. It's about who else can I help? Even when we chose the name of our company, Choose to Embrace Life, we used the number 2 instead of TO. And the reason we wanted to do that is we wanted people to understand that it's not simply about getting you to embrace life, but we want you to also understand that we expect you to reach out and touch someone else and bring them along. Because the way that we can really help the world embrace life is through one person at a time. We all go into our own individual worlds and reach out and bring somebody along with us. And if we can sit there and teach that to everybody, the world will be a better place to live.
Beautiful. Thank you. And listeners, I want you to take a moment and really think about one person that you can reach out to today. And if you love extra credit bonus opportunity, then you can reach out to 3. But I would love for everyone to really make the commitment that you're going to embrace life and you're going to reach out to one person today and share an aha moment that you had from the show. And we would love to hear as well. So if you want to send us an email or a Facebook message, we love that so that we can really support you as you are reaching out and touching other people's lives. And Karl, I love what you said because this is not a solo journey. We are not meant to take the journey of life on our own and figure out everything on our own and never talk to other people. So I love that you have built that into the name of your company, that reminder, Choose to Embrace Life. So listeners, as we go into our next commercial break, please make that list and that commitment that you will reach out and touch another life, another heart today. We look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Your favorite Voice America Talk Radio Network shows and hosts are in your car, outdoors, and wherever you need them to be. Listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Are you struggling with changing or re-entering your career? Terry Hockett, CEO of What's for Work and transitional career strategist, works with her clients to craft their personal brand, gain clarity, and create career opportunities. Terry helps her clients discover and stand in their value and learn the tools and techniques needed to successfully navigate today's changing job market. Start today with your free membership. Step powerfully into the career of your dreams. Join Terry at whatsforwork.com.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you have that list of name or names in front of you or in your heart that you're going to reach out to today and really touch their life in a positive way. Encourage them to fully embrace life as you are making the same decision as well. Heart by heart, life by life. And as we come back, Karl shared with me behind the scenes that there were a couple moments he had more to share and jump in with. And so I wanted to give you that opportunity, Karl. If there was something in our last segment that you wanted to underline or add on to, I wanted to give you the floor to share in that way.
Well, there were two things when you were talking. I was just listening to you, and I was actually motivated and excited just about what you were talking about. But you talked about the fear that a lot of people have as far as in stepping out there and being who all that they could be. And years ago, I heard a statement about fear basically saying that fear basically represents false evidence that appears real. So fear is false evidence that appears real. In most cases, that which we fear is only in our mind. Yeah. It's not something that's actually there that is just holding us back. So we have to be able to overcome that which is in our mind. And secondly, you alluded to the point as far as a conversation that you and I had after you just kind of been shaken up a little bit by someone who had made some negative comments. And one of the reasons that I love that conversation that we had is because we're trying to change the world, Rebecca. Yeah. We're trying to help people improve the overall quality of their lives. And there's an old saying in society that misery loves company. Mm. Well, when you're trying to change someone who is miserable, there's a battle going on. There's a struggle going on, and you're going to have some stones that are thrown at you. But we've got to just hold fast to what we believe in, because it's only through perseverance that we're going to be able to shape and change the world for the better and impact the lives that we're all trying to impact.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I thank you so much for expanding on those two things, Karl. I so appreciate it. And you're right. We are trying to change the world. We have to remember what we're called to do and what we're bringing forward. And I think that helps with the perseverance. So thank you for giving us additional insight and perspective on that. I really appreciate it. Powerful. Good. Anything else? I don't want to miss any pieces of wisdom and insight.
Oh, I'm sure we'll get to some more things as we continue the program. Thank you, though.
Okay, sure. One of the things I say in a lot of my programs, I go, so we feel complete in that moment.
I love it.
Good. So we're moving to the next. And I love this question. And it's about what makes you unique. And listeners, one of the things I find people struggle with, so there's the fear, but when someone asks you who you are or what you do, we kind of freeze sometimes, and we don't know always how to express who we are, what we do, and how it's unique from what others provide or do. And so I wanted to ask Karl the question of explaining what makes him unique. And I want you to listen to his response and really think about yourself and your unique calling and gifts that you're bringing forward. And how would you explain your uniqueness, your wonderful gifts and talents and abilities, the unique mixture that's you, that you're bringing forward to the world. So that's part of embracing life, is bringing all of you forward. So really listen to what he has to offer, listen to his heart, and then also take this to heart for yourself as well, and thinking about how are you going to explain who you are and what you're bringing forward. So Karl, what makes who you are and what you do and are providing unique in the industry of life coaches and motivational speakers and authors? What makes you unique?
That's a very good question, Rebecca. And it's something that in the designing of our company that I spent a lot of time doing, over years of coaching, and I've observed a lot of motivational speakers, life coaches, professional coaches, business coaches, and we have some good ones in this world. I mean, that are actually doing a great job. And I was trying to find where would my place in our organizational place be in this environment. And one thing that I noticed, and we really wanted to focus on, is that we teach people, we kind of go a step beyond the average person. We try to, most people tell people what to do, and that's what they stop there. What we try to do is go one step further and teach you how to do it. See, it's one thing to tell someone, or you to tell me to love my wife. It's a whole different thing to teach me how to do it.
Yes.
And most speakers are good at giving very good, valuable, insightful information so that people can take notes. But we practice implementation. How do you implement all of the great information that you've just received? How do you really incorporate that into your life? How does it become a part of you? Or else we find ourselves having a notebook full of great notes and valuable information sitting on our shelves, but there's no practical application.
Yes. And I'm sitting here, for those of you who can't hear, I'm nodding with what he's sharing and underlining it, because I love that you're taking it to that next level, because so many of us can get stuck in the information phase and learning more and not stepping into action and applying. And that's where we can change the world, is in the action and touching hearts and making the call, calling the people you put on your list to encourage them to embrace life and share something that's unique about them that you appreciate or value. Give them that boost and that encouragement today. Take action on it today. Because wouldn't you agree, Karl, that there's an urgency?
Oh, yes. There is a sense of urgency. I mean, I just think every day, every breath, we've got to take advantage of. We can't wait till tomorrow, because tomorrow's not promised to us. But we're not promised to even end this show. So let's take advantage of every opportunity, and with an extreme sense of urgency. Yes.
I love that. That's so. I love that you shared that. I'm pausing for a moment because I wrote that down in my notes and I didn't share it earlier. So I love that you're sharing it. You're right, because tomorrow is not a guarantee. You're right. The end of the show isn't. Like, we have this moment and we can choose to embrace life and to answer that pull and that call or not. We choose moment by moment. And that doesn't mean don't plan. I mean, we're hoping, we're moving in a direction and we're building, but we have to remember it's just not a guarantee. This is the moment we have.
Yes. So true.
Oh, love it. Now, I know you have put together an amazing gift, and I'm tying this in now because we're talking about action. So here is an opportunity for you to take action. And what I want you to really lean into and listen to for a moment, the reason we offer gifts on this show, the reason I invite you to lean into them, is because I want you to have movement and traction in your life. I want this information that we're sharing, the wisdom that we're sharing, to be moved into your life, to create movement. And that's where choice comes in. And you get to choose to respond. You get to choose to say yes. You get to choose to keep listening to the show. You get to choose to take action as the show comes to a close. You get to choose to say yes to the gifts and then open them and incorporate the wisdom there and bring them into your life. It is your choice. And I invite my guests to make that available so that you can have tools. When we're no longer on this show together in this moment that we have right now, you have the opportunity to continue the wisdom and the momentum in your life with practical information, practical tools that help you with the how that Karl was talking about. So really lean in and listen carefully with your heart, mind, body, and spirit and soul. Is this something that will serve you? Karl, would you share about your amazing gift?
My gift is it's an ebook that is designed to talk about drinking the nectar of life. It's designed to kind of help people to really understand that, and there's some talking points and there's some very detailed points as far as what you need to do to kind of change some things in your life so that you can embrace life and drink the nectar of life. We start talking about your attitude. We talk about, coaching and the value of coaching in that. We talk a little bit about the circle around you. You want some people around you that will inspire you, that will challenge you, but at the same time, that are going to tell you the truth. So a good support group. So it's a small ebook that's really designed just to kind of get you a good jump start, and then hopefully will lead you to some greater things with us, as well as with some of our supporters and sponsors and those that we kind of strategically align with from a coaching perspective.
Beautiful. And I love how you say the name. So can you say the name of your ebook again?
Drink the Nectar of Life. Drinking the Nectar of Life.
And listeners, I want you to hear the richness in how he's saying that and really think about, wow, wouldn't it be amazing every day of your life to choose, because it's a choice, to drink fully of the nectar of life in all its different dimensions and flavors and layers, the sweet and the bitter, all come together in this beautiful nectar. And wouldn't it be amazing to live in a way that you fully embrace your life and all that you are to move forward? And I hope that you've gathered some tips and insights with what we've shared. There's more to come, but let me share with you how to access this amazing gift. So on the commercial break, you can actually access it and take that action immediately. You simply go to radiogifts.net. That's plural because there are multiple gifts. So radiogifts.net. And you'll see a window open up that you put your name and email address in so we can stay in touch. And you'll see some free gifts from me. And then right below that, you're going to see this Drink the Nectar of Life ebook that Karl's making available to you. And I really encourage you to lean into this and really embrace life fully. Take action. Get the support to do that. Take a breath with me. Beautiful. So with that, we are going to go into our next commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to give you a couple more tips and pieces of insight to really empower you on your journey. We look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Your favorite Voice America Talk Radio Network shows and hosts are in your car, outdoors, and wherever you need them to be. Listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Are you struggling with changing or re-entering your career? Terry Hockett, CEO of What's for Work and transitional career strategist, works with her clients to craft their personal brand, gain clarity, and create career opportunities. Terry helps her clients discover and stand in their value and learn the tools and techniques needed to successfully navigate today's changing job market. Start today with your free membership. Step powerfully into the career of your dreams. Join Terry at whatsforwork.com.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you took the moment and the opportunity to say yes to that ebook, or you have it on your to-do list and really will be leaning into that opportunity for support, because this is not a solo journey. And embracing life fully, the nectar and the highs in life and the lows in life, is a conscious choice that we get to make not only every day, every moment, every breath. We get to choose who we want to be and what we're wanting to bring forward. And I want to remind you, in case you haven't heard it today, that each of you are beautifully and wonderfully made, uniquely, on purpose and with a purpose. And I believe that purpose is fully being who you are. That is a huge gift. And I think the secret to doing that is being willing to embrace life, being willing to share who you are, your heart, your gifts, your talents, fully all of who you are with another. We can make it way more complicated than it needs to be. And I love how Karl shared the 2 in his business name, the number 2, that it's life by life, heart by heart. It is not a solo journey. We have an opportunity every breath, every moment, every day to choose to bring ourselves forward to be who we want to be or not. It's a choice. And I want to make sure you're making it with awareness and with purpose. So take a deep breath. And I had this laid on my heart. I'm going to give you an extra credit bonus opportunity or a challenge today. And I haven't done this before. So I was going to say, I don't usually do this. This is the first time. And you were here. And the challenge is, as you're reaching out to that person that was laid on your heart, or you might have a second person laid on your heart to reach out in this way, I want to invite you to take a moment. It's just a minute, 1 minute today, to share your heart message with somebody. And what a heart message is, it's that thing, if you are never going to see that person again, you don't know, because again, tomorrow's not guaranteed. What's the one piece, if you were passing each other and you had one opportunity to share a heart message, something core to who you are that you want to pass on or encourage, or wisdom that you want to share with somebody, what would that be? And the challenge I want to give you today, the action, is to reach out to somebody and share it. This is the moment. This is the day. This is your opportunity to do that. And during the break, I asked Karl if he would do that with us today. If he would share, if he had that one moment that he's passing somebody in the hall and feels that little pull or their spark to share that one thing with them, the one message that he's given to share with them, what would it be? Karl, do you mind sharing?
Sure, Rebecca. As you asked me the question, it made me think a little bit, and what I would share with the audience is something that I did years ago in my own life during a very difficult time, and I really just couldn't really see a way out. And then what I did was I grabbed a legal pad and I just literally started writing down all of my problems. And I mean, Rebecca, I wrote every single one down. I don't care how small or minute it was, I wanted to write it down. Mm-hmm. And then after I finished, when I finished and said I've completed my total list, I have no more problems. Then I said, okay, now let me start down and write down all of the positives in my life. Mm. Well, needless to say, I'm still writing. Mm. So many cases we spend so much time, focusing on the negative that we fail to realize that realistically our life is probably better than we even give it credit for. There are more positives going on in our lives than there are negatives. And as I've gone through coaching and talking to people and motivational speaking, I've given this assignment out and I've asked people to share it with me. And not one time yet have I had anyone whose problems, the negative part of their life, outnumbered the positives. So I would say, really take an inventory of your blessings and the positive things that are going on in your life. That itself can make a difference.
Beautiful. Thank you. Listeners, I hope that you're pausing like I am and just reflecting on that, because we can get caught in the negative. We can get caught in the things that aren't exactly how we want them to be and we perceive as negative, totally losing focus and perspective on the blessings that we have in our life and the things that are good. So I thank you for sharing that, Karl, and I encourage each of you another bonus opportunity of action that you can take today is making that list. And I think it'll very much encourage you. And it's great. And I know you didn't share this, Karl, so can I add another layer?
Of course you can.
Okay. I wasn't sure there for a moment. I would honor that.
Oh, yes. Go right ahead.
I encourage you to write down and keep those positive things handy, because there may be times that you forget. And I love how you shared, Karl, that you're still adding to the list, like it hasn't stopped, that you have built that practice in of taking note of the positive things and the blessings in your life, that's part of how you're living your life. So listeners, I encourage you to keep that list handy so that you can add things to it. And when I look back on my life, some of the things that would have been on that negative list have magically moved over to the positive list over time, because they have become some of my greatest gifts, some of my greatest opportunities for growth. And by keeping a list and a record of that in some sense, it helps us have a long view perspective. And remembering in those deeper places that it doesn't feel like a blessing, it doesn't feel like that rich nectar that we want, that sometimes and frequently those things do become blessings as well. And it reminds us of that and helps us celebrate those positive things. And then for those of you who maybe have a tendency to see the negative first, it's really great to have this list that you can refer back to and get encouragement and support every moment of your day. And you may even want to keep, I love doing this little exercise with people, a little note card that you can put in your purse, you can put in your wallet, that maybe lists some of your top 3 blessings, your top 3 things that you're thankful for. So when you do feel those dips and you maybe are discouraged from time to time, it's great to be able to pull some of those out and remind yourself on the spot of what you do have in your life. So thank you, Karl, for sharing that. I really, really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for adding on. I tell you, I'm taking notes from you as well. I was like, wow, I love that. I like to be able to kind of put mine on my list and kind of put it on a card so that I can carry it around with me. I had not gone to that point. I just have a notebook full that I'm still writing.
I love it. Keeping it real time. So thank you. Thank you, Karl. And I just had a lighter moment come to my heart as well as we're looking at these things and we're taking action. What I would encourage you to put on the other side of that card is something that makes you smile. A memory. One of those moments that it would take a while to explain and you just kind of had to be there. But when you think about it, all those feelings come back and you just smile and you richly lean in and enjoy that. I would encourage you to put that on the back of the card, kind of infuse the card with that energy. And when you need that little pick-me-up, you just flip the card over. And that memory, those feelings come back. And it only takes 30 seconds a minute. And then breathe it in. And as you breathe out, choose to feel it. Choose to be that. Choose to be thankful versus discouraged or frustrated or angry or whatever it is that is not serving you. Make the choice to be who you want to be with every breath, because you are a gift to everyone around you. As you choose to embrace life fully and bring yourself forward, heart by heart, life by life, it makes a profound difference. There is no one else that can take your spot and be exactly who you're called to be. So I invite you, for yourself and the hearts you're called to touch, to lean in and say yes. And wherever you go, whatever you do, may you always, always bloom where you're planted and shine. We look forward to talking to you next week.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.